Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? That's why I'm still in bed. Me, I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a fantastic week.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we're live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand anytime you want. It's Monday, March 11th, 2024. And I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it Faye, what's on my mind? Women's History Month is on my mind. It's no secret that LGBTQ plus women have been breaking boundaries since the beginning of time. Unfortunately, powers that be and homophobia often left their identities taken from history. While every March marks Women's History Month, queer and transgender women have yet to get their flowers. So here at the FayWhat Show, we want to make the month more queer and trans inclusive. But recognizing the work of LGBTQ plus women is more than just saying that it's your month too, boo. It's our duty to bring to light the contributions of queer and trans women throughout history and honor them all 365 days of the year. So today, we celebrate two incredible women in history, and we will do that all month long, all right? Let's begin by queer Frida Kahlo. Mexican painter Frida Kahlo is known for defining the Mexican modernist movement and bringing Latin American art to the global stage. Kahlo's queerness deeply influenced her art and made explicit appearances in her paintings. While she was married to painter Diego Rivera, Kahlo had deep relationships with famous women, such as Mexican singer Chavela Vargas, Josephine Baker, and painter Georgia O'Keeffe. To this day, Kahlo stands as a symbol of power and visibility for many queer Latinx people. However, it's important to note that Kahlo's legacy isn't all positive, as indigenous artists have criticized her for appropriating native cultures for personal gain. And someone else that we recently lost that I really wanted to pay homage to, Cecilia Gentili. Born in Argentina, she moved to New York City when she was 26. She held leadership positions at the LGBTQ HIV/AIDS care nonprofits, at many AIDS care nonprofits, co-founded a free clinic for sex workers at Callan Lord Community Health Center. Hello, Jonathan, and all the crew over there at Callan Lord. You guys work so hard. She co-founded Discrimin Y, an organization which successfully decriminalized sex work in New York and repealed the Walking While Trans law. She also founded Trans Equity Consulting. Gentili also filed a lawsuit challenging the Trump administration's removal of non-discrimination protections for gender identity in the Affordable Care Act. We celebrate Frida Kahlo and Cecilia Gentili today and every day. Celebrate Women's History Month in your own way. We are surrounded by queer history. Capture it. Don't let it get forgotten. And that's Faye, what's on my mind? Next, at the FayWhat Show, we need to help my gay boys. You know that I live for you boys, right? So in our special segment called Dear Faye, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy to help my fellow gay boys, all right? So this week, Paul in Pembroke Pines sent me an email, and I'm gonna read it to you folks, all right? Dear FayWhat, I'm a huge fan. I have been sober for 18 months now after spending all of my 20s and most of my 30s partying way too hard. Meth was my drug of choice. Now I feel like I'm playing catch up and it sucks. Even though I finished college, I never landed on a career path I was excited about, mostly because I was more excited about going out every single night for 15 plus years. When it comes to relationships, I can't remember the last time I went on a date, although I haven't really been putting myself out there much. Honestly, I'm less concerned about that part since my focus has been on my sobriety. But it's hard not to feel sometimes like I'm super far behind in life compared to my friends my age. They all have careers and families, and they even own their own homes, and some even have kids. Getting sober was the hardest thing I've ever done and the best decision I've ever made, but I am totally committed to it, and I am totally committed to it. Equally as hard, however, is essentially being a middle-aged man with the resources and experiences of a college student. Nobody I know really understands that part of the struggle. I feel like I'm so behind on adulting and wondering if I'll ever make up for lost time. Am I alone in this? Please help, FayWhat. Signed, late for the party, Paul. Hi, Paul, mi amor, I'm sober nine years, and getting sober is a huge accomplishment. And you should really be proud of yourself, okay? It is the single most important thing I've ever done, and it probably is the most important thing you've ever done. It can be really easy to fall into a life of partying as a queer person, and a lot harder to crawl out of it, honestly. Drinking and drugs are ingrained in our gay culture, and temptations are freaking everywhere. And to that, our trauma of growing up feeling marginalized or taught to be ashamed about who we are and who we love, and it's no wonder we seek some sort of escape. It can feel like there's a lot of pressure when it comes to creating a successful life, especially with social media painting such a picture of everyone's life as perfect. But it's all curated as you might think. Everyone's path is different, Paul, and there is no timeline that everyone must follow. We all have our own set of circumstances, traumas, advantages, disadvantages, and all these things make our path and our journey unique. It's hard, but try not to compare yourself to others around you. Buying a house, getting married, having a 401k, and even having kids does not make you an adult. Maturity is about being willing to understand ourselves better so that we can be the best person we can be today. If you can do the best you can, one day at a time, eventually you'll find yourself in pretty good shape, my friend. I promise you. Paul, I hope it all works out. So gay boys out there, lesbians, everybody in the letter, all the letters, LGBTQ+, do you need good advice from this lesbian? Send me an email to faywhat001@gmail.com, and maybe we'll make you a star and we'll be talking about you on TV, and maybe help others in our community at the same time. So did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Here at the FayWhat Show, we bring you interesting interviews from amazing people in our community that do so much, especially this coming interview right now with the incredible Sue Martino from the Pet Project. Today, we're joined by the dynamic executive director since 2007 of Pet Project for Pets, Sue Martino. So before dedicating her life to pets, Sue owned a women's bar in New York City, a restaurant, and a nightclub in Chelsea. She's passionate about her pets, and she even, like me, I'm passionate about my pets, You folks know that I own a dog company called Face for Family. Well, Sue is even more devoted than I am, okay? Sue's devoted to helping animals and people in need. And I'm excited for us to learn all about this LGBTQ trailblazer and her work. Welcome to the FayWhat Show, Miss Sue.
Thank you. Hi. How are you?
Hi. Mama, you busy.
Very busy.
You're very busy.
Yes.
You know, you've been supporting our community forever. You know, can I ask you, when did you come out?
Oh boy, when did I come out? I think I was born this way.
You were born
Frankly.
out.
Frankly, yes. Like, when did I come out to my mother? I was about 12.
Wow. Incredible. Was she supportive?
Not right away. She didn't quite get it. And
Well, you're 12.
And in those days, they thought we needed lobotomies or something.
Yeah.
So she sent me to a shrink. But at the end of the 5-week evaluation, the shrink said, I know exactly who I am, where I'm going, and that my mom should maybe get a little help.
Yeah, that your mom should maybe
understand.
get more education
Yeah.
on that. And most parents, especially during that time, didn't, if they weren't gay, and maybe they didn't have their hairdresser that was gay,
Right.
they didn't really know any more about our community.
That's true.
So you've got to kind of give your mom props for having the patience.
Right.
So you've been standing up for our community forever. So perfect that you're here with us for the first week of Women's History Month, which is March, right? A lesbian truly making a difference. That's what I think of Sue, and that's what I thought of Sue when I first freaking laid eyes on her. You own a women's bar in New York City called Julie's.
Right.
Right.
Julie's was a landmark.
Wow. And a restaurant named Martino's.
Yep.
Okay. And a nightclub in Chelsea called Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
Okay, Julie's was 1994 till about 2000. We were on East 58th Street in Manhattan. And, when the lease was up, the landlord said Julie's and sex. So we lost the lease.
I was trying to think about that. I was like, East 50, shit. Like that. That's money,
Yeah, it was a small bar, but it was beautiful. I mean, people loved it. A lot of people know Julie's, a lot of women. And so then we moved to another location, which really didn't work out. But then we got the Club Heaven in Chelsea. And I had that until 2005 when I moved. Well, I moved here in 2006.
So you kind of had those three things kind of running almost at the same time here and there.
Right.
Julie's.
Yeah, Julie's.
So that's why you're good at freaking multitasking like you do now with the Pep Project. 'Cause that's a lot.
Juggling. Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, okay, so they say that lesbians don't support as gay boys do, okay? And that's why there's less than 30 lesbian bars in the whole country. What do you think about that, Sue?
I think that is true, and it's not the fault of the lesbians. It's just that it's a different ballgame. The boys are out. They want to be out. They're out a lot. Do they make more money than the women?
Maybe.
Yes, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Do women nest more? Yes. I found in the women's bars, more, when women get together, they stay home. They don't come out, only to go out for birthdays and stuff like that. So hence why we had the restaurant. One thing followed the other. But it is true.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you made it through. I mean, you were able to say that you own three places that were successful. I lived in the lesbian world in New York when I lived there, right? That's what I did, right? So I lived in 3 bars. I lived in Pieces. Okay, Pieces by Gay Street, which is a boy gay bar.
Yeah.
Henrietta Hudson's.
Oh yeah, I know them well.
And Cubbyhole. Okay,
Right,
those were the
Cubbyhole.
three. Those were the 3 that I hung out at, right? And there was a TikTok influencer recently who bitched about her straight male friend not feeling welcomed at Cubbyhole, right? And I used to bring straight boys and gay boys to Cubbyhole all the time, and I never experienced that. Did you experience anything like that? Any of your establishments?
No, we didn't have that issue at all. Julie's was 99% women. If somebody brought their uncle or their brother or their cousin or somebody wanted to come in, they were welcome. We didn't have any negative issues. The restaurant, although it catered to the women, we also catered to the community. So the townhouse was right down the street, the boy bar. And all those
So the
guys
boys
used
came
to come
by
in.
too.
Yes, which helped make it successful. And then in Heaven, the nightclub, we did Kaleidoscope and we did 2 women's nights. We did the salsa night on Wednesday, which we were famous for, which goes back to way before even this with me. And then we did Kaleidoscope, All Nations, All Colors, All Women. And on Thursday nights, it was a boy Latino night. And on Saturday, it was gay college party. So there was a lot going on.
You had a little bit for everybody, though.
Yeah.
So you had all these things happening in New York, which is not, you know, what Frank Sinatra said is true. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I mean, it just really is. You come down here and you don't open up a bar.
Right. You're absolutely right.
So, I mean, would you have opened up a bar if things aligned, or was that just not, you were just like, I'm done with this shit, I'm starting a new chapter?
Well, I got together with my wife in 2005, and she had an 8-year-old daughter. So the night scene...
Oh, you had a family now,
yeah. It didn't work. I had a business partner in New York that tried to convince us to come to Florida to do hotels and so on. And, you know, I was doing real estate in New York as well. So we decided to give it a shot to come here. I mean, I couldn't do the nightlife anymore with the child.
Yeah.
So we came down here, we did hotels a little bit, and he was the person that founded the Pet Project initially, and I had done fundraisers at my businesses in New York for the Pet Project.
For the pet.
So I knew all about it. And, you know, he said to me at some point, why don't you go in there, find out what's going on, why, you know, it's not growing, you know, what's going on. And I did. And, you know, after 6 months, I wound up being the director. And then he wound up not doing so well in life. And he was gone and he bailed on the Pet Project. And I just kept it going.
And you took it over.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You became executive director of Pet Project in 2007,
Yes.
2007, okay? If I can count on my feet and my hands, that's 17 years.
Is it? Yeah. It
That's
probably is.
longevity, girl,
Yeah.
you know, and it's unheard of for a nonprofit to have an ED for that long, you know. We tend to burn our leaders out, unfortunately, in our community, in nonprofits. It's just, you know, it's just what the beast is all about, unfortunately, you know. Tell our viewers what the Pet Project does.
Okay. The Pet Project's a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We serve Broward, we serve Dade counties with the Pet Project. What we do is we provide pet food and pet supplies to people who are financially challenged due to an illness, a disability, or senior citizens on a low fixed income so they could keep their pets. We're the largest pet retention organization in South Florida.
Wow.
I mean, pet retention is key. You want people to keep their pets. You want to keep them out of the shelters, out of the rescues, in their homes.
In their homes. Listen, Sue, you know, I had a double mastectomy 2.5 years ago, right? I'm a cancer striver. And I know how important our pets are when you're going through tough times. You know, there's just no way that I would have gotten through that shit if it wasn't for my pets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just is.
Yeah.
So the fact and the thought that somebody is even thinking about having to give up their pet is heartbreaking, you know? How many families have you helped?
Well, we provide for over 2,000 animals in Broward County at this time.
That's a lot.
Yes. We do a lot more than that, but with the Pet Project, we maintain and provide for over 2,000 animals. I mean, you know, things change. People pass away. New people come on board. It's probably like our even out kind of level with the Pet Project, you know, for the pets we're maintaining. But, you know, I mean, think of COVID. At COVID time, we gave out to over 6,000 families. We just gave food to everybody that we never closed the door of Pet Project.
During COVID, people were giving away their pets because they, you know, didn't have the money to feed them. And then Pet Project came in and just started dishing out all this food for people to keep their pets. Imagine you were all isolated, locked up, and you're not going to be able to have your pet also?
Yeah.
I love everything that you folks do, you know.
Thank you.
And I told you that I want to help out as much as I can. You have a few fundraisers coming up.
Yes,
right?
we do.
And you've got one that seems very white Anglo-American. We're throwing some stuff into what is that thing? We're throwing sand into some shit? What are we doing?
Some bean bags into a hole. Well, we call it toss for paws. You know,
But that's how. Okay, the event is called Toss for Paws, but it's called something, isn't it? Called like Toss Bat? What is it called? Cornhole.
It's what
Cornhole. Sue, I'm not white, Sue.
Okay.
We don't have cornhole, and we call it something else, I think, or we use like
I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know how else. I don't even know how you would call it in Spanish anyway. You know, corn is maíz. And hole is hueco, maíz hueco. It doesn't even go well. So, but we have a cornhole event at the pub coming up that I'm going to be a part of, and I can't wait. So we're going to have teams of 4 competing against each other, right? For the coveted prize of biggest cornhole.
They're going to get trophies.
Yay!
We have first, second, and third place trophies at all our events. We also, when people raise money, they get tickets to the raffle for the 75-inch TV.
Girl, that's what I was waiting for you to mention. The big screen TV, 75 inches. Okay? Yes, you size queen. You. So you get raffle tickets and you're able to win this this TV also on site.
We also have the pub puts out appetizers, a buffet, and we give drink tickets to all our participants.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
And they all get a T-shirt.
And they all get a T-shirt, a Pet Project T-shirt also. So that's going to be it's March 17th, isn't it? Like St. Patrick's Day, the day before St. Patrick's Day, right? March 16th at the pub. If you follow the Pet Project, you can also sign up and get a group together. You only need 4 people, all right? I know some of you know how to play cornhole. And I think the more you drink, the better you play probably,
It's
right?
a lot of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a great time. What can people do to help the Pet Project?
Well, of course, we accept monetary donations. We have a thrift store, which a lot of people don't know about. It's called Hidden Treasures. We take donations. We could use volunteers at any time at our events, in our store. I actually could use somebody to help us design our store, make it look better.
Gay boys.
There you go.
Gay boys.
That's pretty much what we need. We do home checks, we do home deliveries.
Wow.
When people are immobile, some of our clients, we probably do about 400 deliveries in Broward County a month, or every 2 months.
That's a lot.
Because we give a couple of months supply of food. So.
Wow. So 17 years, okay? I have a doggy business. I rescue here and there, right? Because, when you're a dog lover, you end up rescuing a dog here and there. It's like the universe knows and your neighbors fucking know. They end up in front of your house and all that kinds of stuff, I'm heartbroken by how awful human beings are to dogs. First of all, I don't trust people that don't have pets. Let's start there. If you don't have a pet, I think you're kind of off, right? But that's just my own personal opinion, all right? When you are able to love a beautiful living thing, right, that is incapable of doing certain things for themselves, and you are also willing to hurt a living thing that is incapable of doing things for themselves, you're a sick mother effer, okay? But I agree. But we open up Facebook and we open up social media and we see the dogs left chained to a fence with no water. In Miami, when it's 100 degrees and people leave their dogs outside because they're idiots, okay? Because there's no other word for it, all right? You're a freaking idiot. There's moments that I just say, I can't anymore. I don't even want to see another sick dog. Right. I don't want to help another person, blah, blah, blah. And this is on my little level. I can't imagine on your level, Sue. Are there days has there been a moment where you're just like, I can't do this shit anymore?
I never give up because of them. I say all the time, if it comes across my desk, I have to help. That's, we can't save them all. I couldn't even save my own that had cancer, and it kills me, but you got to do what you can do. And I mean, we're trying to do a new initiative to get some medical money because so many animals are hurt. They need vet care. They need operations. They need surgeries. Not only our clients, some of our clients' pets, but other people's pets.
Yeah.
And they just don't have the money to do it. And like just today, we helped this husky. We had to do a CAT scan because it's got a tumor on the lung. This came across our desk. So you know what? Pet Project doesn't have all the money to do that. So I have to go out and try to raise it other ways. Yeah. We do GoFundMe. We tell the client, you got to help, and we're managing, we're doing the best we can. We don't say no.
Yeah.
And we help as many as we can. That's it. I've never given up on them. People, sometimes, yes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yes.
Me too. You mentioned vet. I mean, dogs are expensive. Dogs are expensive. You are giving them food, and some pet owners can't even think about having $200 extra to take their dog to the vet. I have never gone to the vet where it's been less than $200. Let's just say, okay, nothing's wrong with the dog, and I just went and they just checked them. Maybe, God forbid they need an x-ray. Nothing is ever less than $200-300. No, how things are and how expensive things are, people have to think about, do I pay for food for my kid or do I take my dog to the vet? And that's a hard freaking decision for someone to make when it comes to two living things that you love.
Right.
You know? Vets are out of control. Vets out there, gay boys. I know a lot of you are vets, okay? You want to help Sue over at the Pet Project. Reach out to them and I'll do whatever. Because, that is where the need is. You want to do something good. You know you do enough bad shit, okay? The weekend just passed. You know you did some bad shit. Here's a great way to make up for it.
Right?
Right? Because, look, at church, we're told it's your time, talent, or tithing. Okay? One of the three. Yeah. Some people don't have the money to give, but other people have the time.
Exactly.
Some people have the talent. So you're a vet. You give your talent. That's how we give back.
Right. It would be amazing. It would be amazing to get some help medically like that. We do get, 20% off at some of our local veterinarians and stuff like that.
And that's so
wonderful.
And that's helpful.
Yeah, and we appreciate it hands down. But when we have situations like this, like we've been looking and looking and looking, how can we get a CAT scan? The first quotes were like $1,900. We finally got the CAT scan today for $1,200. That's a lot of money still, but at least, and then as long as it's not horrible, we have to get this operation done, which is going to be another $4,000. But you know what? We decided to just go with that CAT scan. And the owner, we talked to them and the vets and everybody, because you don't want to open the dog up if we can't help them.
Yeah, of course.
So let's see what happens. But yes, if a few vets helped us,
it would be life-changing.
Yeah, we could then take these specific cases that are just unaffordable.
And use the money for something.
Exactly.
For something else, because the need is there. They're not begging for, do you really need help? No, there's a list of people. Right. There's a line of people needing help.
Right.
Can we talk about Beanie?
Sure. Beanie is the Pet Project's mascot.
May I hold you, Beanie?
Sure.
Oh my God, Beanie, you're adorable.
He's a little Yorkie Chihuahua mix. He's about 5 years old. Somebody came to the Pet Project after Hurricane Irma. An old man came and he said, I have this little dog. I found him on Broward Boulevard behind a dumpster. He's cowering down. He was scared. And so there I was in my office in the back. And Debbie, who was working that day, came in and said, there's a guy outside with a dog. And, Pet Project does not house animals.
Yeah.
So we're not that kind of facility. So I said, well, I don't know. What are we going to do? And I said, take a look, find out. If it's a huge dog, we have to try to call someone. Anyway, she came back and said, it's a little small guy. I said, okay, bring him in. They brought him in.
You fell in love.
Yep, he couldn't open his eye. So immediately we sent him to the vet, one of the vets we were dealing with. And they said, we have to keep him overnight. He's got chicken shards throughout his system. Aww. We're going to put him on fluids. We don't even know if he has an eye. We have to try to open his eye. Anyway, make a long story short, Debbie and I went to visit him that night at the vet. And the next day, they opened his eye. He
could see.
Yeah, he evidently got hit in the head because he's got dry eye, which is never going to go away. He's got to medicate his eye for the rest of his life. And the fluids worked. So then we took him, we brought him home. Debbie brought him home to her house, and we were fostering him, and every day he'd be at Pet Project. And people kind of got interest, and then by then we had gotten so attached to him that Debbie became the foster failure. Her and her husband took Bean, and with the agreement that I would take him when they travel.
And you do, and you're in love, and he's not going anywhere because I tried to steal him twice. And I think that he would have a great time with Padme.
Oh yeah.
I think he would. So Sue, we're gonna end our interview with a little game that we played. It's like a lightning round game. Okay, we call it Say What with FayWhat, and basically I give you two things, and you pick one as fast as you can.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Sue. Here we go. Say what with FayWhat. Batting or pitching?
Batting.
And Just Like That or The View?
The View.
Oprah or Deepak?
Oprah.
The Beatles or Elvis?
The Beatles.
Morning sex or bathroom sex?
Morning sex.
Toilet paper roll over or toilet paper roll under?
Under.
Under.
Uh,
Sorry. Spiritual or religious?
Spiritual.
Fiji or Hawaii?
Fiji.
San Francisco or Los Angeles?
San Francisco.
Miami or Fort Lauderdale?
Oh, boy. Well, I live in Manor, so I have to say Fort Lauderdale.
Leather bar or karaoke bar?
Well, I guess karaoke.
I guess, because you should see Sue in leather. She looks
Yeah, really.
amazing. Manicure or pedicure?
Pedicure.
Brunette or blondes? Watch out, you have a wife.
Yeah, I know. Brunette.
Right-handed or left?
Right.
Ball cap to the front or ball cap to the back?
Ball cap to the front.
Ham or turkey?
Turkey.
Going hiking or going to a concert?
Concert.
Uber Eats or Grubhub?
Uber Eats.
Yes, the Pet Project Florida. Please follow them and follow Sue Martino also on social media. And, please come on out to the pub on the 16th. We're going to be having a great time. It starts at noon, I think.
I think 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay, because none of us get there that early, right? But sign up. Get a group together for 4 people. I'll be there. We're going to have a fabulous time. We're also going to raffle off a really big-ass TV. And all the money goes to Pet Project that they really, truly use the money for good. Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
For guys like Beanie.
Yep.
Miss Sue, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank
you know
you.
that I adore you.
Thank you.
Will you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
See, now that
Absolutely.
you broke it, now
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah, I'm
Because she
all
was
right.
avoiding me like the plague. I would see her and eventually be like, oh shit, there's Faye. I've never had a woman run away from me, right? Sue was like, nope, I'm out of here. She's there. Please follow Sue on social media. She's an incredible, incredible person, everything that she does. And she also does it all just flawlessly, and also representing our LGBTQ plus community wherever she goes. Thank you, Sue, for being on the FayWhat Show. Thank you, Beanie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beanie. I
FayWhat.
love you. All right, and we will be right back. That's the FayWhat Show. I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much for joining me in bed, and for the amazing Sue Martino with the Pet Project. Make sure that you go and support them. They are just so incredible. You know you love your pets, right? So go support the Pet Project. Folks, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I gotta tell you that it's often hard for us girls. But if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It's what makes us so strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets: Facebook, IG, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow FayWhat. And since you're always on the go, you can listen to the FayWhat Show wherever you listen to your podcast app. Just search the FayWhat Show. Until next Monday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I'm FayWhat! And I am #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay. See you next week.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too.